Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 12. So first I want to apologize for how long it's been since my last video. The month of August has been kind of crazy for us. The first week of August we decided that we were going to throw my daughter a birthday party, and she just turned 7 this last weekend. And so I'm the type of person who likes to make things difficult for myself just to make things cheaper, and I make all the decorations and the cakes and all of that sort of stuff. So for like 3 weeks I was working my butt off to get that all ready to go. We also had a mini family reunion in there, and my husband and my daughter both started school. My husband's a PE teacher, so I had to get them all ready, make some masks and stuff for them to wear to school. So I don't have a ton of crochet finished projects to show you. I might make a video about her birthday party. It was a dinosaur theme. She's really into dinosaurs and fossils and sciencey stuff right now. But it was fun. I'm glad it's over, and let's just get started, I guess. So I do have a few finished objects to show you. The first is the baby blanket that I'm making for our baby, and here's it folded up. This is the Granny Merge blanket by Blossom Crochet here on YouTube, and it's using Lion Brand Mandala sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in that. Not really. There's like a gold sparkle through there. And like I mentioned in my last video, this was a yarn that my 7-year-old Maddie picked out like a year ago. It's still technically connected to my last little bit of, this is the second cake, so this is 2 cakes worth. But I'm calling it finished. For the border, I don't remember where I found it, but I'll post. I found it on Pinterest somewhere. It's basically a double crochet and then slip stitch back and forth all the way around. And then I was really liking this pink color at the end, and there wasn't a ton of it, and I knew I had enough yarn to probably go around one more time. So I did a second row of it. So that's 2 rows of that border edging. It's like a almost tiny little like frosting piped edging. I thought it was cute. Alright, so that's one finished object. My other main crochet finished object was a birthday present for my daughter. She was funny. I had made my 3-year-old an owl for Christmas, and it's really sad looking. I can't make the little amigurumi stuffed animals. Every time I try, they don't turn out, and so I kind of decided I wasn't gonna do them anymore. And then she was like, well, I really want a monkey, and if you could make me a monkey and like something soft and light brownish, that would be awesome. It's like, okay, fine. So I found a pattern by Sorella, and I made a monkey. And I don't mind like sewing all the pieces, but putting everything together is where everything goes kind of wonky. So he is kind of goofy looking, but he's kind of grown on me because of that, I guess. So there he is. The yarn I used was I think Lion Brand Ferris Wheel. It's one I got from clearance at Joann's. So that's how he has the kind of different striped. She noticed his legs were different colors, and I was like, you realize his arms are different colors too, right? Because of just how the yarn striped itself. Yeah, his face is really crooked. So for the face and the ears and the ends of the hands and feet, that's Yarn Bee, or no, I Love This Cotton, sorry, from Hobby Lobby. And I think he turned out a little smaller than he was supposed to, because I think technically the Ferris wheel, it might be a lightweight 3. I don't remember. It didn't have a ball band when I bought it, so I don't really know. But I've used it before, so I thought it'd be cute for this little monkey. Either way, he's kind of wonky, but she liked him, and that's all that really matters, right? His mouth, it's not like, it's only connected on the sides, and so half the time, if you don't pull that down, he looks like he's grumpy. It looks like that most of the time, and his nose is definitely not in the middle. But oh well, I did it, and it's done, and there we go. So other finished objects have to do with getting people ready for school. I made this fun my first day of school sign, and I had made one like this before, but I'd used chalkboard paint, and these chalk markers didn't fully erase off of it, and so you could see like the teacher's last name from last year every time I did it. So I found that a roll of chalkboard fabric at Walmart for $1 on clearance like a month ago, so I decided to make a new one. This frame I just got at a garage sale for like 50 cents, and I painted it. It's just permanent vinyl cut out with my Silhouette machine, and I haven't used vinyl in a really long time, so my transfer paper that I had was crappy. Like, I guess it got really old and it just wasn't working. So there's some wonky spots where the vinyl, like, there's like a bump right here, and some spots where I just wouldn't transfer very well. And then the morning of school, I couldn't find my white chalk marker, which ended up being in the car. It's been in there for about a year, apparently. So we had to use the purple one because the other color was pink and it would have just blended in too much. So these are her answers. I don't know if you can read that. She's in 2nd grade. She's 7 years old. She wants to be an artist, a paleontologist, and a scientist. And then I'm going to start doing homeschool preschool with my 3-year-old tomorrow. So I'll erase these and see if she wants to put her own answers on there. And then, so my daughter and my husband have to wear masks at school. Not all the time, mostly just when they're walking in the hallways, or if they have to sit at the carpet in their room. As long as they're in their desks, they don't have to wear their masks. But she does need to have one with her at all times. So I was trying to make a bunch so she could have one every day and we could wash them. So I found a pattern for, and we've discussed how much I don't like sewing, so none of these are very awesome looking. But the pattern that I used for hers are from C-Kate Sew. Sorry, I'm looking at my list. C-Kate Sew, and it's her 3D mask pattern, and I'll link that below. And this one I just made for me. I have a stack of ones that I'm working on, and I literally just ran out of white thread. So luckily most of hers were already done, but I have a few extra for her, and then I was making some for me and then my 3-year-old. But I don't have the elastic in this one yet, but I can kind of show you how it goes on, I guess. So kind of like that. And it's supposed to be really good at staying away from your face, and it folds up kind of cute like that. So I made her a few of those. I let her pick out the fabrics. So there's this one, and this one's been washed, and so it kind of wrinkled up. I need to iron it back down a little bit. That one, this one, and then this one are the ones that are done. And for part of the pattern, you're supposed to put the elastic in first before you sew this part down. But I had ordered some elastic and I didn't, so I had to just sew it like regular. I came up with this fun trick though, using a crochet hook, if I can get it. So this is the elastic I got on Amazon. It's really thin and it's pretty stretchy. so hopefully it's more comfortable on like the kids' ears. But to get the elastic through the casing, I stuck just a crochet hook through there, maybe, and then you kind of just loop the elastic over and pull it through, and then you just tie it however long you need it to tie. So that was a fun little trick that I did, because I didn't want to get, like, normally you'd get like a safety pin and try to like shove it through the casing, and I just wasn't in the mood for that. Especially because I had no elastic, and so every day we were using the same pieces of elastic for her school and just changing out which mask it was on until I was able to get this elastic in the mail. So to go along with that, since they don't have to wear their masks like at recess, they have to wear them in the hallway to recess though. I was worried about her losing her mask all the time. She doesn't always have pockets. And so I made her a little lanyard to hold her mask. This one is one that my mom made a while back. So this is just a crocheted Romanian cord, I think. And it's made out of, it's like a nylon thread, cord thread, I guess, by Red Heart. I know Walmart sells it. I forgot to grab it, so I don't remember what it's called. And I'll post a link to the tutorial I used to make that. And then I just have these little things on there, so it's easy for me to change in the mornings before she goes to school, which mask is hanging on there. And then she just wears it. When she's not wearing her mask, it just hangs down. And then, so it's almost kind of like a glasses lanyard, how it has the two sides. And then this one's a little big for her. It fits me. But yeah, she likes it. She liked the color, which was good because it was the only one like this that I had. I didn't want to use yarn and have it get all fuzzy and weird, but I wanted something a little thicker than just string and something soft, not like jute cord that I had. So it was the best option for what I had in my stash. And then I also made some masks for my husband. So he has a big beard, a really big beard. And he didn't like the masks that kind of go under your chin, because it was like shoving his beard up and like making it all crinkly and weird. And he didn't want it to start growing that way. And so I was on Pinterest and I found a pattern for a veil face mask by Jennifer Maker. And so it looks like this. And it's way too big for my face, but it just kind of hangs down in front of his beard. Yeah, he likes it. He had me make a few modifications. This was the first one where I followed the pattern basically exactly. So for the next ones, I took the pattern, I went straight down more right here. He didn't like how this came out. And then I took a little bit of space off the nose. And so this is another one that I made for him. And his school colors are green and black. I also made a plain green one, but I think he kept that one at the school. And then I have fabric cut out to make one more, so he has enough. If he lets me, I will post a picture of him wearing this first one. He posted it on like the first day of school on his Facebook, and a lot of people got a kick out of it. So if you see a picture, he said yes. If not, oh well. All right, so that's all my finished objects, whatever. So for works in progress, I have another baby blanket, and this one is for my friend who is due 2 weeks after I am, and she's having a boy. So this is the Which Way Filet by Fiber Spider, and it is made with Care on Big Cakes in the color Blue Macaroon. And for some reason, I'm really enjoying making this. I don't know if you ever get that where you have a project where you just like working on your project. You like the yarn, you like the pattern, you like the colors. Everything just seems to be working out pretty good. And I have a whole or a cake of that, so I don't know quite how big I want to make it. It's not bad sized right now. I haven't measured it in a while though. So I figure I'll finish that cake and see where I'm at and decide if I want to continue on the second one. I had something else to say. Oh, I had to stop working on it for a while because I lost my hook that I was using on it. And normally that's not a problem. I have like multiples of each size hook, except for this one. So I'm using an eye hook, and I don't know if you've ever noticed, but for boy hooks, which is what I was using, an eye is a 5.25 millimeter. All the other brands are 5.5 millimeters, so I was worried that if I switched to one of my other eye hooks that I have, that it would mess up the gauge and start getting bigger. It's a small amount, but I just was worried about it. So I just waited till I could get to Walmart, and I bought another one. And they're only like $2, so it wasn't a big deal. But I did have to put that one on hold for a little while. But it's a really fast moving pattern, I think. So, and super easy to do while watching TV and stuff. And then my other one is one that I started on the drive to our family reunion. And I've been wanting to start this for a while. I'm making the campfire cardigan, and this pattern is by Make and Do Crew. And I'm using another Karen Big Cake in the color Cookie Crumble. And I think I have 6 balls of that, maybe just 4. I don't remember. I have at least 4. And so I have the hexagon folded in half so you can see it. I have not tried this on yet. This is as far as I got on on the drive. And so I decided to stop there in case so I could try it on later. And then since I have enough cakes, I decided to start my second hexagon in a second cake, so I don't have to tie off and then start back up. It just is continuous, and I dropped it on the floor, so hold on. Okay, so this one I had it all folded correctly a second ago. Not nearly as far on this one. It's like baby sized. It's cute. It makes me want to make a baby one. But yeah, so once I get this second hexagon as big as the first one, I'll kind of like use stitch markers to stitch it together and see how it fits as far as along like my back and shoulders. Obviously, I'm not going to try to make it fit over my belly anytime soon. I'll have to wear this like November, December type of time frame. Okay. So those are my main works in progress. I have worked a tiny bit on the bag that I'm making out of the placemat for the bottom of it, but I haven't worked on it enough to really show much progress on that, so I didn't bring that down. So my final thing I wanted to talk about was a baby christening dress. So when this baby is a few months old, I will need one of those, and I wanted to crochet one this time. For my first daughter, I had my aunt sew one, and then my second daughter, I sewed one. And like we've discussed, I don't like to sew. I'd rather try crocheting one. So I found a pattern on Ravelry, and it's called the Tiny Blossoms Christening Gown. And I had a few different ones I was looking at, and I couldn't decide and this one was like $8 on Ravelry. And I'm kind of cheap. I don't like to buy patterns. I usually can find what I need for free or a lot cheaper than $8. But I clicked on the link to her website and it was only like $3.75 on her website. So I went ahead and bought it. And so right now I'm trying to figure out what kind of yarn I want to use. I have like this idea in my head of like the perfect yarn, but I don't know the exact brand or whatever I should do. It calls for a fingering weight, but I've never worked with anything that small. So I'd rather go for like a 2 or a 3 and then just adjust the gauge. And it needs to be white, not like cream or ivory or anything. I want it just white. And I want it to have a lot of stitch definition, so like no fuzziness whatsoever. I want it to be really soft and like no wool or animal fibers. So the 3 yarns that I'm looking at right now is Premier Cotton Fair, Lion Brand Kobu. So the Cotton Fair is a 2-weight, the Kobu is a 3-weight, and then while I was visiting my mom, I looked at all of the Yarn Bee at their Hobby Lobby to see if there was anything there, and the only one I kind of was leaning towards is Yarn Bee Spiness, and that says it's a 3-weight, but it seemed really thin, so it might have been closer to a 2-weight. So if anybody who's watching has any experience with any of those and thinks it would be good or not good for a baby christening dress, let me know your opinions on those. You know, I do want it to be like soft and but still be able to see the stitch definition and be drapey and stuff. I hope that makes sense. So it's kind of a new territory for me going for like a thinner yarn. I'm usually just 4-weight acrylic type of person. So yeah, so I would rather kind of really have it nailed down which one I want to try before I start spending money on that. Or if there's another one that's a completely random brand that I didn't even mention, like if I have to buy from Hobium or Lovecrafts or anywhere that I don't normally buy from, I'm willing to look into that for this, since it is a special occasion. I'm willing to spend a little more on that than just a normal everyday project. So if you have any advice on that, let me know. But yeah, that's everything I've done this past month. It's been a little crazy, like I mentioned. I'm ready for things to kind of slow down, but I have 3 months left before this baby comes, so I doubt things are going to really slow down for me. And lots that I still want to do. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye guys.